Oops. There we go. Oh, I'm missing several. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I'm going to make myself look big to you. Now, if you were at school, we might have talked about my number rack a little more. So this is a number rack. And I know that we've done some things with it where I've hidden some numbers or some beads behind it. And then you guys had to decide. Yes, Karin has an abacus. I have one of those too somewhere. This is a little different. On top there are 10, and on bottom there are 10. And if I said to you, hey, go get my number rack and show me 4, you would push 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4, right? On this side, we're not counting those. If I said show me 12, you could push over 10, 11, 12. And this would be 12 on this side. So when we do a number rack like this, it's really just a good way for us to become really familiar with some of our numbers. Okay, Alex, please don't chat, okay? And that's what those are all about. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you on my iPad. And on my iPad, I have my blank piece of paper. What I'm going to want you to do in a minute with your paper is you're going to create an answer page because I'm going to be asking you some questions today. And, oh, I've buried my marker. Let me grab one real fast. Is that, I must have knocked it down. Hold on 1 second, guys. Thank you. All right, sorry about that. So you're going to give me some answers today about numbers. On the top of your paper, write your name. Go ahead and write your name. A-P-R-I-L. Write it at the very top of your paper. I can't wait to see you guys write your name. I just don't get to see it very often. I'm usually so used to you guys writing your name, and it's so different. It's pretty, Luke. Now, after you write your name, you're going to write 1, period. Because I'm going to ask you a few different questions, but they're all 2-part questions, and there are 3 of them. So you're going to write 1, and then you're going to write A and make a dash. And then under that, write B and make a dash. You're going to need to have some room to write on the sides of them because that's where you're going to put your answer in a little bit, okay? After you write that, underneath all of that, write 2, period, A, dash, under that, B, dash. And then under that, you're going to write a 3, period, A, dash, B, dash. So your paper should look like mine. And I'm going to show that to you on my screen in just a second. I'll give you a second to do that real fast. All right. So before we get started, do not do this part. The pink marker is a misphrase only, okay? you're going to be writing an answer here and here in a minute. And you're going to write an answer here and here and here and here. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see what your paper should look like, okay? So give me 1 second. Now remember, don't put the circles. That's just me showing you where your answers will go. Hopefully this shared screen thing works. So your paper should kind of look like mine. So in a minute, I'm going to show you something and you're going to write an answer here and an answer here. Hi, Veer. Oh, he's not here yet. Hold on. Okay, Veer, I was just walking the kids through how to get their papers ready, honey. Do you have a piece of paper with you? And a pencil? Veer, honey, can you hear me? Okay, we're going to go ahead and go on. I'm going to show you.
Miss Frey, just give me a 1 minute. We almost at home.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're all getting ready to do something together. Could you just watch the video and do it?
Okay, I have some paper in the car. Just a minute, Miss Frey.
Everybody's all waiting to get going.
For Veer?
Yeah, my whole class is here to do this and they're waiting to start.
Okay. Just a minute. Veer, let's go fast. Run, Miss Frey, I have one question for you. Okay, come fast. Just a minute.
Well, he has to write some things on his paper too to get started. So I don't know. How about I'll just start with everybody else and then you guys can do it with me in a minute, okay? Because it's not going to take too long for us to do it and then they can move on to.
Miss Praise, I'm sorry, my schedule is really busy. So I don't know if time or not.
I understand. I'll just do it with you guys after because I don't want to make everybody else wait because he has to write the numbers and letters. He has to have paper.
I'm at home, Miss Frey. Just speak the number.
Well, he has to write 1.A and B, 2.A and B, and 3.A and B. Because he's preparing his paper to give me answers now. I will do it with you guys after I do it with everybody else.
Okay.
I don't want to make everybody else wait.
Just let me know. Okay.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
All right, you guys, if you look at Miss Frase's paper, I have 2 number racks on it. And one of them says A and one of them says B. I want you to look at those 2 number racks and I want you to put an X. So here's A and here's B. You're going to put an X next to the number rack that shows the least. So if you think A shows the least, put an X next to A. If you think B shows the least, put an X next to B. So put an X next to the one you think shows the least amount. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead down to the next problem. So I will do this a second time this lesson for anybody who came in late. Now, if you are looking at my paper, I have right here a number line, but it's missing this number and it's missing this number. I want you to write.
Is it the top or the bottom?
Honey, I can't tell you the answer. I want you to just do the best you can, okay? So put an X next to the one you think, okay? This is sort of one of those things where I'm trying to find out what you know, all right? So next to number 2A, write what number should go in this area. What number should go where the A is? Write it next to 2A. And then for 2B, the B that's next to 2, write what number goes here. What number should be in here? Write that missing number. And then the last question here is this number line that I just underlined in purple. Number 3. Next to 3A, write the number that should go here. Next to 3B, write what number should go here. What number is missing on that? And boys and girls, just do your best.
What?
Okay, one
This
last.
on whiteboard,
What there?
is this on whiteboard, Miss Freeze?
No, honey, it's got about 3 different things going here, hon.
Okay.
All right, now write a number 4 underneath your number 3. Just write number 4.
Which is no dot, right?
Underneath, you'll write number 4. Okay? And I'm going to put some counters on my page. You do not have to draw the counters, okay? Next to your number 4, I want you to write how many counters I made. So count the counters I made and write how many there are. And now keep your paper. And Vera, you and I can do it here again in a minute, okay? All right, and when you are done with your paper and you've got all that done, I want you to go ahead and raise your hand on here. Not in your picture, but using your Teams app. Go ahead and raise your hand when you're done on the Teams app. Oh, I see lots of hands going up. If your hand was already up, oh, look, we're almost all done. That way, Miss Fraze will know when everybody's done and we're ready to go on to the next thing, okay? If your hand was up and you're not done, you might want to put your hand down. Okay, looks like most of us are done. I still have a few friends that are working before we go on.
Ms. Fraze, is it possible to have number 1 repeated?
Absolutely, I can go back up to number 1.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so number 1, and I'm sorry, I know that this is confusing you guys. I'm trying to figure out some way to do some of these awful assessments. So on number 1, that's this one right here, you have 2 different number racks. Number rack A and number rack B. I want you to write an X next to the one that shows the least amount. The least amount. So you'll only have an X by either A or B, not by both of them. Look for the one that's the least amount and put an X next to it. Did anybody else need anything repeated before we go on? Make sure when you're finished that you raise your hand on Teams so I know that you're all done with this.
Miss Grace?
Yes, is that Clara?
Yeah.
What, honey?
What goes under 3 again?
Okay. Did we need to keep on number 1 or did you guys get your answer? I'm going to go ahead down to 3. If we need to come back to 1, we can.
We're good, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Clara, for 3, do you see my number 3 here?
Yeah.
By A, I want you to put the number that should go in that box. And for B, I want you to put the number that should go in this box, okay?
Yeah.
I'll try to make some of my sloppy marks, oops, go away.
Wait, where do I put the number for the B?
On your paper, you'll write what number should go in this on your paper there.
No, so,
You should have 3B. Do you have a 3?
here's my paper.
Yeah, so right next to the B, you're going to put what number should go in here.
Okay.
All right. Did you get your answer?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nelson, are you still working? Eris, are you still working? Leah, Kenna, do you guys need to raise your hands or are you done? Okay, I'm going to assume you're done. Now, I know this is sort of confusing, so thank you to those of you who stuck with me. I'm going to have you guys turn this into me when we hang up. You're going to take a picture of it and you're going to send it to Miss Fraze, okay? In the math assignment, you're going to submit that to me. Now, also in your math assignment, there's a counting assessment. And this just lets me see how you're doing counting, but also how you write your numbers. I just want to kind of take a little time to see that you can count all by yourself with no help, and if you know how to write your numbers. And it's a farm animal counting assessment. I was going to show you in the assignment, but I think I'm better off just coming back to the Teams meeting and showing it to you this way. So let me get rid of that real quick and spotlight myself again. And if you need to lower your hand, you can. All right, can you guys see me big again? There's also a number assessment, and this is a counting assessment, and it's a number writing assessment. So what you'll do is you will count how many cows there are in the box, and then on the line you're going to write how many. How many here are pigs? Write it. Count how many cows? Write it. It's a 2-page assessment, so you'll do both pages, and then you'll take a picture of these 2 pages and send those to me too. Okay? Now, I realize that some of you may not be able to print, so if you open it in Notability, you can send Miss Fraze a screenshot, okay? So you're going to have 3 things to send me. Pages, these 2 pages, 1, 2, and the paper you just wrote on, okay? So you're going to send Miss Fraze those 3 things today. Now, does anybody have a question before we hang up? I know that was a lot. What's your question, Marcus?
Oh, so you cannot actually submit 3 things, I'm telling you. You cannot. You can only submit 1 thing. You can't really submit 3 things. It's because then you will have to resubmit.
It lets you, it does let you submit more than one item, because it did let me I've gotten more than one thing on an assignment before from kids. Like they've sent me, when we did the geometry thing the other day where you guys covered the turtle, I got several from different people. So it should let you submit more than one thing. We have to resubmit. Okay?
Okay, but one time when I tried it, all I had to do was just all I had to resubmit. I just really don't know how.
Okay.
If you,
Do you want to email them to me then?
But I do not know how to email because my mom is not home.
Okay.
You won't be home until 3.
Marcus, don't worry about it until you can, okay? You can get it to me later. I'd like for everybody to get them to me today, especially if you are not in my class in the future, like next week. I have to have your grades done by tonight. So that's one of the reasons I'm pushing so hard, because, well, everybody who's with me until through next week, I have all the way until next Wednesday to get your grades done. But anybody who's switching next week, I have to have it all done by tonight, they're telling me. So that kind of pushed a rush on things. So I apologize. I know this is not fun. So thank you to you guys for understanding. I'm not going to be able to take comments or questions today because I'm going to do this with my friend Veer. So if you are ready to get off and get started on your work, you can. If you can't submit, just have mom or dad help you email it to Miss Fraze, okay? All right. Hey, Veer, I'm going to show you what your paper needs to look like, okay, buddy? Sorry, today was a little bit crazy. I'll see you guys later. So, Veer,
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen with you, and you're going to write like what I have on my page, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, I didn't want to rush, but I also didn't want to keep everybody waiting. So I'm going to share this screen. Okay. So Veer, you're going to write a number. Well, first write your name, buddy, on top of your paper.
Okay.
You got it. And then I get to see how pretty you write your name. Bye, bye, Ronaldo. Bye, Leah. Bye, Matei. Bye, Cashton. Don't forget to submit your work, guys. And if you want to stick around and listen again, you can. So after you have your name, you're going to make a 1 and then period.
Yeah. 1.
And sorry, I'm showing you the screen, wrong screen. And then a 2, or then I'm not sorry. Wait a second. Don't make it yet. 1 period and then a dash.
Yeah.
Dash, just like I have right here on the screen. Can you see my screen?
Dash. See the Miss Fraze screen like this.
Yeah.
And random.
And then you'll do the same thing, but 2 period a dash b dash. This is probably the least intelligent way I have done this assessment, but I was like, I'm at a point where I can't even think anymore about how to get all this done. And then you'll do 3 period a dash b dash, just like that. Now you have a place to write your answers, okay? You tell me when you have all of that done, and then we'll go ahead and go to the next step. Ronaldo, did you have a question? I have a bunch of people still in the meeting. I don't know if you guys need help or if you're listening. Okay, you're ready? Okay, Matei, Ronaldo, and Leah, did you guys have a question before you leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your question, Leah? Or did you just want to listen to it again?
No. We didn't.
I didn't finish step 3 and step 4.
Okay, well, so you want to stick with me and listen to it again, sweetie? Yeah, sorry this is confusing. All right, so in a second, you're going to write an answer here or here. So let's take a peek at these two number racks.
Sí.
Okay.
So I have a number rack that's number rack A, and I have number rack B. I want you to look at these two number racks to see which one has the least. Then you're going to either put an X by A if it has the least, or an X by B if it has the least. This is for problem 1. So put an X by A or an X by B. Which one shows the least? Did you get that one, Veer? Did you make your X already, buddy?
X?
Yeah, did you make an X by A or B already?
Oh, I'm gonna make it.
Oh, don't tell your answer because it's a secret. There are people still working on this, okay? Whichever one has the least, you put an X by it. And then tell me when you're done and I'll go to the next thing. Are you done? Veer, honey, are you done?
What's the meaning of the least?
Oh, I can't really tell you. I'm trying to decide if you know. But if you don't know, that's okay. All right? It's okay.
Okay.
You'll learn. All right. Now, for number 2, do you notice, Veer, that there's a number missing here where the A is? I want you to find 2A and then write what number should go there next to it. What's the missing number? See, I've got 4, 5. So think. Don't. Shh, 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 shh. Keep your number to yourself. Don't tell the answers, buddy. And after you write the number for A, look over here at B, buddy, and then write that number that's missing. Write it next to the 2B. Okay, for number 3, there's a number missing here too in this number line. So you got to look at what's here and what's here. And then I want you to write next to 3A, what number should go here? And then next to 3B, what number should go here?
No, before my mommy, it was easy.
Oh, good. I'm glad you know that. Are you done with this part? Do you already have your answers?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Let me show you something else. Okay, now I want you to write 4. Write 4, period. And you'll see that I have all these counters I drew, these circles. I'd like you to count those counters and write how many right next to the 4. Write how many right here. How many counters? So count them and then write them. Hey, Leah, do you still have questions, honey? Can I help you somehow? Okay, if you've got that answer, Veer, then you're going to take a picture of that and you're going to send it to Miss Fraze, okay? And then I'm going to change
It's
this.
really easy for me, Miss Fraze.
Well, I'm so glad that you know that stuff. So you take a picture and you send it to me, and then I want you to do these.
Then my mom and dad play with me with this tricky game.
They do. Is it a counting game? Yeah, that's cool. Well, then you're going to go ahead and fill these two things out. You can either print them or you can do them in Notability and do a screenshot and send it to me, okay? But you, what, honey?
We're gonna do it, okay?
Okay. And hey, buddy, do these all by yourself. No help, okay? That way I can see what you know without any help, okay? And then I can let Mrs. Lowry know. All right?
Okay.
All right. So, you have any questions for me before you go?
No.
Okay, great. Hey, Miss Leah, do you have any questions, sweetheart?
I
I
number one.
want to know where you can print them.
Oh, where can you print them? What do you mean?
Like where the paper's on your iPad, on my iPad.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the counting paper with the farm animals? Okay, they are in the math assignment, but I just added them a little bit ago, so you may not have seen them, okay? I've been spending the last few days trying to figure out what I was going to do for some of these assessments at the last minute, just to get some ideas. Yes.
If you don't, can you share your screen? He missed the number 1 because he didn't understand that time.
Sure,
And-
sure.
Yeah, he missed the number 1. Now you have to see.
Okay.
What number is missing?
Leah, are you good to go? Do you know what to do, honey? Hold on one sec. There we go. I'm hitting the wrong thing. All right, number 1. So for number 1, Veer, I want you to look at A and B and decide which of these number racks is showing the least.
Least.
The least. And then put an X by the one that shows the least.
What
So,
do you mean this phrase?
what, sweetie?
What do you mean this phrase?
Well, honey, this is a test to find out if you know what that means, least. Least. When I say which one has the least, what do you think that means?
Think it's number B.
Okay, go ahead and put your X next to the one you think it is, okay? And then you're going to take a picture of that and send it to me, right? All right, buddy. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I hope you have a great day. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just like, I had just gone through making the paper and they were all waiting and I didn't want them to have to wait
And Miss,
a little bit.
it was my eating time. My mom to bring something for me.
Wonderful. Well,
Thank you guys so for your patience. Give us time. Thank you so much.
oh, no problem at all. And so, like I said, I'm sorry I had to kind of jump ahead and everything. It's hard to keep the attention of 5 and 6-year-olds. So I just, if I went through that again, that about half of them were going to walk away and not get the assignment done. So, all right. Well, I hope you have a good afternoon. Do you guys have any questions about Tuesday or anything? Are you good? Do you know what to
just drop him in school, just easy, nothing what we have to do it.
Yeah, on Tuesday the 19th, you can just drop him off and there will be adults in the hallway and at the door and everything, making sure that kids know where they're going. So he can tell a grown-up that he's there for his first day. And then we'll make sure he gets where he's going. I'm going to try. I do have to be letting kids in, but they start letting kids in earlier. So if he's here early enough, I'm going to try to be at the doors and help them as much as I can before the lessons here start. So,
okay. So keep safe. This is your work. Keep safe. I'm gonna send to Miss Place. Okay.
so try.
When is gonna be? Who gonna put him in the bus because he don't know which bus is going to our home or.
At the end of the day, his teacher should be able to help him with his bus. You guys don't know what bus number he is yet? Have you
Yeah,
found?
I know
But Miss
62,
Freeze,
number
you are
62,
my
but he's the
teacher.
first time for him.
But Miss Freeze, you're my teacher.
I'm your teacher now, but I won't be after tomorrow.
After tomorrow, you're not going to be in my class?
No, honey, I'm only online. So you'll be in Miss
I'm going,
Lowry's.
but he's not happy to leave you, Miss Fraze.
No, and I'm sad. But you know, I can tell Mrs. Lowry that he's bus 62. The way that we dismiss right now is they stay with their teacher, and then
Mhm.
over the loudspeaker they say bus 62, and you know, they'll call the bus, and then the
Okay.
teacher sends them down to the bus. I'll make sure she knows his bus number, and hopefully, I'm sure she'll probably have another kid that rides that bus that she can put him with, so he knows where to go. And then once they get down the hallway to the doors together, then the grown-ups will walk them to the bus.
Okay,
So,
Miss Fraze.
yeah, we do a lot of. He may have his bus number written on his hand.
Okay. So
We
what's your
sometimes do that. We'll write their number on their hands when they get to school, and that way they can learn their bus number, but also that helps because when the teacher's staying in the classroom and watching the kids who haven't gone to the bus yet, it helps the grown-ups that are outside at the buses and the other adults in the hallway be able to look at his hand, and him, if he can't remember what number it is, we can just look and see.
Yeah.
So we do write on their hands sometimes to help.
It already in his ass.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like.
Miss Freeze.
Yeah, and if you want to write that on his hand with black marker before he even like a permanent marker, you can do it too, just to know, so he'll know.
It's gonna work well.
Yeah, we
Okay,
use.
thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep an eye out for him on Monday and see what I can do, and we'll go from there.
Monday no school is Monday's off because Martin Luther somewhere. No?
Yes, that's right. No school Monday, but I'll see him Tuesday. All right.
Guys, have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.